Hello, what's up guys, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, my name is Emmanuel. In today's video we're going to be creating a program called the leap it. You probably don't know what it is, but I'm going to explain real quick. Basically it's a program that tells you if a year is a leap year. The reason why I'm doing this is you might be wondering who doesn't know a leap year. If you know it, is because sometimes you actually think you know what a leap year is, but you don't actually know. Like I did at first, I thought I actually knew how to calculate it, but I didn't, and you might not know it. So that's the reason I'm creating this program, and to also show you how you can reduce complexity in dealing with comparison operators. But before we take a step into this tutorial, make sure you smash the like button, click the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell. Let's get into the video. A year is a leap year if it's divisible by 4 without any remainder, okay? But there's also an exception. The thing is, if it's a century and it's divided by 4, it's not a leap year until it can also be divided by 400. So for example, if I do 900, which is a century, it is divisible by 4 as you can see. But if I should do 1900 divided by 400, then it's not a leap year because it's not divisible by 400. Now we have to write a program to do this. We're gonna come and then we're gonna say year. So we're gonna tell the user input, enter the year to find out. We're just gonna use this, and then we're gonna come here. So now, okay, this is where we simplify things. So we're gonna say if. Now we're gonna first check if a year is divisible by 100. So when I say divisible by 100, which means it is a century for it to be divisible by 100. So we're gonna say if year divisible by 100, then it is that means it's a century. And then we now want to check if it is divisible by 400. So we're gonna say and year divisible by 400. Okay, so what this modular, we don't know what this modular operator does. It actually divides both of them and then returns any remainder. So if there's no remainder, it returns 0. So we're checking if the remainder is equal to 0, and then we're going to check and year modulo 4 is equal to 0, but this is becoming too long. So a better way we can do it is just check if a year is divisible by 100 but it's not divisible by 400. So even if it's divisible by 4, we know it's not divisible by 400. That means it can never be a leap year. So I'm going to talk about that later if you don't get it. So what I'm saying basically is if a year is divisible by 4, okay, it's a leap year, but there's a condition. If that year is not divisible by 400, then it cannot be a leap year. Okay, but we want to only do that for a century, 1900, 2000, 1800, and stuff like that. So I'm going to put a not here, a not, and put this in bracket. But now I told you I was going to simplify comparison operators. Doing it this way is a lot more. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to press Ctrl Z to simplify it. We're just going to come here and change this to not equals to, basically. So this is going to check if it is not divisible by 400, which means if you divide it by 400 you will get a remainder. That's why we have this not equals to. And then if it's a century, which means it can never be a leap year. Now let me repeat myself so you get it quick. We're checking if it's a century. If that century is not divisible by 400, it can never be a leap year, even if it's divisible by 4, basically. So that's what I'm saying. So we're gonna say let's just put some expressions there, not a leap year, and then we're gonna come here and say if the year is divisible by 4. So if it's a leap year, so if it's divisible by 4, which means it's a leap year, then so we value all centuries case here. So even if it's a century year, then it's a leap year. So we're gonna say it's a leap year. So if you don't get that, what I'm saying is we check for all centuries that are not divisible by 400, which means they can never be a leap year, and then for every other one, they can always be a leap year. And else, for some other cases that are not divisible by 4, print not a leap, not a step close. So we're gonna save that, and then to run it, we're gonna do open container folder. So if you're Mac or Linux, just come to an empty space and right click. You see open in terminal, do that, click on that. But if you're on Windows like I am, just come here and click and type cmd with an enter. Should open the command prompt. Okay, then we are good to go. So to run the program, I'm gonna do Python, and then the name is save it as, I save mine as lipit, so I'm gonna do lip it.py. Now if I give you 1900, okay, yeah, we made a mistake. I just saw it immediately I ran the program. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. We didn't convert it to an integer. Okay, so we're gonna run it again, and then we're gonna give it 1900, not a leap year. If I give it 1800, these are centuries, not a leap year. So if I give it 2000, 2000 is divisible by 400. Okay, so if I do 2000 divided by 400, you see 5. So if I give something like 2002, not with step close. Okay, so that's it for this program. If you enjoyed it, make sure you give it a thumbs up and click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. And thanks so much for supporting me if you watch it to the end, and I'll see you in the next video. Much love, guys. Peace out.